in the process of going through my archives, I came across some academic stuff, and in my academic stuff, I had this sheet of paper, and that's me, Mr. Jesse James Guerrero. This is October 3rd, 2020. The reason this is special to me is for two reasons. This is in pencil, written real light, but this is when the professor acknowledged me and said I was. He gave me some flattering words, and he's like, I didn't know you were a genius, and the class is like, what the hell? Then he's telling me, he says the paper was brilliant, blah blah blah. He says it's the best paper in the class, but you didn't get an A, this and that, and he told me the reasons why, and I felt very very accomplished because I was trying hard, and finding my voice in writing is important. The other reason this is important is because I had another class that day, and this was like I think a history class, and the teacher's name was Professor Leonard Gerson, and I was in the class, and I would go back and forth between the professor and I, and I was older, I was 25, and most of my peers were like 21, 22, 23, 19, shit like that, and so they were intimidated to speak up, kind of, and I wasn't, and I would ask questions and go back and forth, and I had a lot of knowledge already, and so this female liked my voice and she navigated her way towards me. Eventually, we became a relationship, and that's how I found out she liked my voice and she liked my intelligence and stuff like that, and my appearance. And so when she sat next to me, I flirted with her. I would write her questions on paper with this paper, and she would verbally respond, and then I'd write another one, and then she would quote respond, and then she started writing back. And so this is some of the dialogue over there. And so I told her I'm half Puerto Rican. I said I feel like crap today, stuff like that. And my thing, I was like you, and she'd be like, I was like from BK or Queens because I didn't know that. So, and so when she said Queens, I was like a queen from Queens, and she put her hand over her mouth. She's like, you gassed me, and I was like, that I didn't write. I said I'm not in the business of gassing, and then she was like blushing even more, and then so then I asked her. I says I thought this was her handwriting, but apparently I was writing in pencil. She was writing in pen. I was like, how old are you, if it's okay to ask? She said, 20, and you? And I said, I'm 25 going on 52. And she says, you look young, you look younger, you look 19. And I said, that's the first time. Then she asked me, she said, do you have children? And I was like, yeah, 6. Why? How about you? And I didn't have no kids, and I knew she had a kid, so I was still asking a question I knew the answer to. Because her keychain indicated she was Haitian, and another thing on the keychain indicated that she had a child. And she was like, you're lying, right? And I was like, and then now we're referencing her daughter, the picture of daughter. She's like, she looks Spanish. And she says, and I says, you look Spanish. And then she's like, oh, that's because Haiti and the Dominican Republic are on the same island, and also blah, 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 I have Dominican relatives. And then she tells me how old the child is, 9 months. And, and it went on from there. So October 11th, we consummated the relationship. So if this was October 3rd, October 11th, we consummated the relationship. And so it went on for a long time. And on to other news, I kept asking back in 2001, asking my family about like how large is my family. I know that my maternal side and my father's side was, I know, but my maternal side was the largest side. My mother had a bunch of brothers and sisters with the same mother and father. Like my grandmother and grandfather produced a lot of babies. 18 of them made it to adulthood, but there was like 24 that were born. And a set of twins died, and another one fell out of a building in the Bronx. And so this is the oldest one, and then so this is Nero, then Chelly, then Aida, then Camita, then Tato, then Belto, then Jimmy, and so big, big, big family, big family. I'm gonna try to calculate them on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's my mother. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. Oh my god! And then these are the kids that they had. Like this one had 3, with one married, 6 with another. One had 5, and then one died. This one had 4, 4, 1, 1. My mother had 6, and so